When Karen asked me to talk about the 3 things that were important to me when I got started on my career, I went kind of personal, so this probably won't fit for all of you, but I'll talk to you about what I wish I'd known at the beginning of my career. And the 3 things that I want to touch on really are balance, relationship building, and seizing opportunities. And those are the 3 things that I wish I'd kind of known at the beginning and stopped wasting time over. And the first one is balance. You can have it all. You really can have it all. And I wish I'd known that at the beginning. You have to be supremely organised, but you can do it. And particularly for the girls out there who are just starting and maybe want kids, maybe don't, I wish I hadn't spent the first 12 years of my career trying to convince myself that I didn't want children. I've got them now, waited a bit long, you can do both, okay? It's not mutually exclusive. You can do both. But you need to learn, all of you, that it's okay to ask for help. When things are getting out of hand, you can put your hand up and say, can somebody just kind of give me a bit of a steer here or take some of this off me? That's not an admission of failure, and you do need to learn to do that. The other thing is, you need to give as much outside the office as you give in the office. If you want to have a rounded life, you need to be able to deal with the home environment as well as the work environment and give as much in both circumstances. So that's the balance thing. The second thing that I wish I'd known at the beginning, because I'd have got started a whole lot earlier, is about building relationships. And this is really important. It's important in our space, the wealth management space, because it is all about relationship building. But it's important too in life generally. In wealth management, we need clients. We all need clients. And you get those by building relationships with the clients that start to come through your door, the prospects that come through your door, but also with your professional counterparts, people in other organisations. You need to start making connections and keeping those connections going. Colleagues, your own colleagues in your own organisation, you need to keep relationships going with them as well. When you put your hand up, as I said earlier on, and say help, you want people to want to help you out, okay? So you need to keep those going. And also, while we're on the subject of colleagues and building relationships, just get rid of that whole baggage about you can't hire anyone who's as smart as you just in case. You need to hire people who are way smarter than you because you look so much better when you do that, and the whole team gets a whole lot further forward when you do that. And finally, you need to build relationships with your family too. You can't leave them out. So if you want a decent, rounded career, you've got to do both sides. That means talking, but it also means listening. It means discussions. It means asking questions. Bin the PowerPoint. When you go in and you try to build a relationship with a new prospect, they don't want to see you going through bullet point after bullet point with a humdrum presentation that they are not interested in. They want to understand you, what you think, why you think it, and they want to get into your personality. And when you start to do that, you build really long-lasting relationships, and that's terribly important. The other thing about relationships, and when you start building relationships with clients and intermediaries and so on, is it matters how you look. I don't get that whole dress down Friday thing. I think out of respect for clients, you need to look smart. I wouldn't go to a surgeon who looked like he'd just come off the golf course or something. I don't think people will go to a wealth management practitioner who looks terribly scruffy in their jeans on a Friday. So you just need to think about how you are presenting yourself, and those first few seconds really do count. Don't be scared to admit you don't know. You'll have great relationships with people if you can be humble enough to say, you know what, I really don't know, but let me find out and come back to you. That works a whole lot better than trying to bullshit your way through, because people will understand that that's what you're doing and they won't be terribly impressed with you for it. You can't know everything. You need to know where to go to get the answer. And you need to recognise when you don't know. And on the same lines, don't be afraid to say sorry. You can get away with a whole lot of things if you just say sorry once in a while if you make a mistake. Don't blame someone else. Don't say you're new and that it wasn't on your watch. Just say sorry. Be humble. My third thing then is opportunities. Seize the opportunities when they come. And let's be absolutely clear about opportunities. They come at a very inconvenient time when you really don't want them and when you think you should be doing something else. Okay? That's when they come. But you've got to take them when they come, because you can't schedule these things. In my own career, my first opportunity came when I moved from the UK out of banking into trust management, and I went to Jersey. Then I found that living with the mother-in-law just wasn't a good thing. Anyway, an opportunity came up to go to Switzerland. Fantastic. I'm now a fluent French speaker. I had the opportunity to start my own business with a few colleagues when I was in Switzerland. Then when I was on maternity leave, I got a phone call from the husband who decides that we should really think about moving to Monaco. And I thought, oh my God, my career's going really well. What am I going to do? Anyway, went to Monaco, found the biggest client that my trust company has ever had, worked with them on a daily basis for 4 years, had a fantastic time, lots of glitzy parties, lots of showbiz stuff, really enjoyed myself. Now back in Switzerland, and there's lots of other exciting things going on now in our company, which is keeping me on my toes. So you've got to do these things when they come up, even if terribly inconvenient. And putting yourself out there, speaking engagements, writing articles if that's what you're good at, getting your networking events going. The first few times you go to a networking event, you walk into the room and you take a deep breath and you hold your head high and you go, I am so-and-so. It gets easier. You go to a few more and you realise you know more people in the room. I don't think I go to many networking events now where I don't know at least 60% of the people in the room, and I would imagine that's the same for all of our speakers. And it's actually quite fun and quite pleasant. Those really are the three things that I wish I hadn't sweated over at the beginning, because with a little bit of direction, they all fall into place and they make your career so much easier and so much more enjoyable. Those are mine. I hope I haven't stolen anybody else's. Thank you.